to know how to build a fulfilling and financially rewarding career or business that you will love? If that is you, then you have come to the right place. On this channel and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the one thing that you need to do now to get started on building the career or business of your dreams. It's just one step that you have to take. As a bonus, I'm also going to share something else that many people miss out on, but could be the key driver in actually helping you achieve the dream that you want, whether that's leaving your toxic current work environment and moving on to something that's better, changing industries entirely. Maybe you're in corporate and you want to go into the creative side, or maybe like me, you want to start your own business. I have got you in today's video. But before we dive right into it, I should introduce myself because this is a new channel after all. It's called Career Game Changers and my name is Dels. I am an international lawyer who has had multiple six-figure international career for the past 7 or so years, but I've been in the corporate world for over 10 years. And I recently made my own successful transition from business and corporate into actually building my own thing for myself. And it's doing really, really well and it's thriving. And I'm so proud. And I'm also helping other people navigate that journey too. So if you are into up-leveling, if you are into mastering and owning your career and actually working on your own terms, that was so important to me, then this is the channel for you. So I would highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button, you like this video, and you comment to boost the engagement, because one of the perks of subscribing is that I will be doing weekly Q&As that will be live. So you get to ask me your questions, and if you're subscribed, you're going to be one of the first people to know what's going down. So let's get into what we're going to be talking about today, which is the one thing that you need to do to make a successful career change. And that is, you need to get a model. And I'm not talking about a model in the fashion model sense, obviously, but I'm talking about someone who has done the exact thing that you want to do so that you can model them. And also it makes your process of transitioning from something that you're not that enthused about or something that you want a change from into your desired outcome. So I can give you my perspective, right? I had wanted to take a break, was what I called it, from corporate law for a very long time. But I was very nervous because, quite frankly, I was paid very well. I liked my companies that I worked for. I liked the spaces that, I liked the people I worked with. I liked that whole collegiate environment. And I really wasn't sure what it would be like to be an entrepreneur. And as you know, lawyers are very risk averse, and I would pretty much categorize myself as one of those. Furthermore, I'm even a Libra. Like, we take forever to decide about anything. For years, I'd been thinking about it, and I knew that I'd always been quite creative, but I wasn't sure where to even get started. But by luck or by chance, I started getting into podcasts, and someone introduced me to TED Talks. And it was in that process that I started to identify people that I would model. And as I started to read about transitioning into entrepreneurship, I realized that some of the most successful people kept talking about how it's important for you to find someone who's done that thing that you already want to do. So for me, those were people like Mel Robbins, Rich Roll. I loved Rich because he was an entertainment lawyer. He was quite a big shot, and he left all of that to become a lifestyle entrepreneur, and he's now super duper successful. He has one of the highest grossing podcasts, and he seems happier and well-rounded, and he even says that himself. And I felt like that was the life that I aspired to have. For me, work shouldn't take over your life. Work should be something that helps enhance your life by giving you resources to live the life that you want, enjoy your hobbies, and support your family. And I wanted to have more control over what I defined as work. And this is why it's so important to find a model, because we are in the information age. You don't have to know this person personally. You don't have to have a weekly appointment with this person. But there are so many examples in whatever space that you're looking to move into that you can follow and read into them and figure out how they did it. So I'm going to share some of the benefits of having a model. And the first is obviously that you get a roadmap, right? So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can figure out how they did these things. The second is the fact that it gives you confidence, because when you've seen that someone else has done something that you want to do, if you have some baseline level of confidence, even if it's a bit shaky, it helps you realize that this is something that you can do yourself too. The third reason why having a model is so important is that it helps you feel less alone, because even though those people are not right with you, if you've chosen the right models, like I know many people who are into like trading and who are into like banking and capital markets and all of that kind of stuff, who follow Warren Buffett, because certain things in this world are very predictable, right? Okay, well, when he was in his 30s, like this is where he was at. I want to make that transition, and it doesn't matter what age I am. It doesn't matter whether I have any experience or not. This is how they got to where they were, and I can do the same. So that's so important. And this brings me on to the point that I was going to say is the most important one, that I personally think is the most important. At what point do you move from really wanting to make a change in your life and actually creating this life and business, this career that you want and that you enjoy? And what point do you move from that being fiction and an idea to that becoming your reality? And for me, I would say the first point that actually becomes something that you manifest into your real life is the point that you start taking action. And how do you make sure that you take action even when you're worried, when you're afraid, when you don't even believe in yourself, when you lack that confidence? And the main way that I would suggest that is done is for you to have an accountability partner. That is someone that keeps you accountable. So once you speak this desire out, right? So you're honest with yourself and you're like, I want to make this change. I found a model. And more than likely, the person you're going to model is going to be someone who is probably super successful and is not, I guess, accessible. What you want to do then is to say, I'm going to make this happen. You set yourself a deadline, right? And how you keep going on that deadline is to find people who will make sure that you're following through on the things that you said that you were going to do. So that could be your friends, that could be your family, that could be a coach. And I know that many people are very wary about telling their friends certain things. In Nigerian background, we say evil eyes, right? Because you're nervous, right? What if you chicken out? You know, this is a very tough time for many people to be making changes. But the point is that you try. If you really want to make something happen, you need to step beyond what ifs to actually start walking into the path that will lead you to your destiny. So basically, I would highly recommend that if you don't want to talk to your friends or your family because you're nervous and you're worried about what they're going to say and whether they're going to judge you, you should get a coach. Obviously, there is a level of bias here because I also help people with coaching, but that's not the point of this video. I'm telling you guys how I was able to make my dreams become my reality. I have several coaches that taught me lots of different things. And for me, it's like I went to business school, I went to law school, and I don't see this as any different. I'm learning, when I finished law school and I was learning about business, I was learning how do you build a business, because that's not something I was taught in school. So if you've been in the corporate space for a very long time and you're trying to figure out how to transition into entrepreneurship, or you're trying to figure out how to transition into a new industry, then you need guidance on that. And your guidance could be in the form of books. But I think that what is really good is getting a coach, because on a weekly basis, like typically you are talking to someone who's going to keep you accountable, give you guidelines, help you really finesse this map that you created from studying your model, right? And adapt it to working for you specifically. So for me, I work with people who are ambitious, like people who are ready to make a change, like not people who dilly-dally. And you can get a bit more information about that in the bottom of this video. But I hope that this video has really given you something, at least one or two things that you can move forward with right now. I know that a lot of you, if you stayed through to this point of this video, you definitely want to make that change. So I'll ask you, pop in the comments below, who has been your biggest inspiration? Who do you look up to? Who would you like to be? Like, who do you model? Who do you think, oh my God, that person is such a bad? Thank you guys so much for watching. In my next video, I will be sharing some more tips that will help you decide whether it's time for you to make your career change. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And there is going to be a goodie for you in the bottom of this video. It's just a free resource from me that will definitely help you get started in nailing your career transition. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye.